Hi everyone, Kelt here. Prince William and Catherine interrupted radio stations across the whole of the UK today, on Friday the 13th of May, to talk about loneliness and mental health. It was only a 60-second message for Mental Health Awareness Week, but it was so effective. It was about 500 radio stations, at least. The radio stations suspended their normal programmes to share the message from William and Catherine, and it was amazing. They just got the knack to be able to reach people and relate to people. They've campaigned for a long time on mental health issues, and this message was to encourage people to help each other with small random acts of kindness. And even Prince Harry had been involved in this previously in the Mental Health Minute. So this is the first time they've done this on their own via radio. They started off by apologising for interrupting the radio, and then they went into their message. And Catherine said, if you think someone you know might be feeling lonely, just give them a ring, send them a text or knock on the door. And William suggested meeting for a coffee or a walk. And it was really sweet what they said and very relatable, even though I can't imagine them ever being lonely with their amazing relationship. They've done a small trailer. It says, "Hello, I'm Catherine and I'm William, and we'd like to talk for just 1 minute about loneliness. Join the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge at 10:59 a.m. tomorrow morning." So all this publicity, and yet Harry and Meghan have to pay a lot of money to even try and get anywhere with anything that they do. No contracts needed for these two. They just can do whatever they feel led to do, and the public love it. While Harry and Meghan nowadays seem to be failing at everything and disappearing from the spotlight, although they're trying to push it out there with ridiculous headlines and this toing and froing with the Queen and with the palace about whether they will come to the UK or not. It's all it's just putting stuff out there for the sake of it, just to keep themselves being talked about, whether good or bad. And the latest thing where Joe Biden's sister is promoting Meghan and saying she should go into politics as a Democrat and that she would be good. Who makes this stuff up? More headlines where Meghan's talking about overworked working mothers who shoulder so much. It's just all talk. This talk about putting a steel barrier around the Queen to protect her from Harry and Meghan is the most ridiculous thing I've heard. It's turning who is supposed to be the reigning monarch, and I have my own thoughts on that, as you all know. It's making her seem as if she's a victim and as if no one is safe from Harry and Meghan, as if she needs to be protected in that way. It's ridiculous. Why invite them anyway? All this is so nonsensical. The fact that they've been welcomed with open arms, and yet they need to say in another headline that they're putting a steel protective barrier around the Queen. I know they don't mean physically, they obviously mean protection officers, but leaves me shaking my head. And Harry and Meghan apparently have not been handed 100 million by Netflix. So although they talk as though they have not had anything, from what I've been told. Everything to do with the monarchy seems to be nowadays set up to look like a circus. I've said it for a long time, and I see things that make it look even more of a setup. Well, I can see that the media have set up Eugenie and Beatrice. You've only got to look at this photo to see what they were trying to portray. These are photographs from the Disney film Cinderella. Just look. I don't believe that that's a coincidence whatsoever. How about you? The Australian paper Spectator.com is asking, is Britain really too dangerous for Harry and Meghan? And people are answering this with, the question should be, are Harry and Meghan too dangerous for the UK or even the world? So this same Meghan's presidential run appears inevitable. I remember several years ago when I just suggested it in one of my videos, and there was an uproar. And people said, that's ridiculous, that would never happen. I guessed it would never happen, but I thought she'll try. I'm sure she'll try. And I'm sure that there are people that will want her to try, and people that can pull the strings and influence, because we all know, well, most of us know that this does happen. So if these people want her to be, then you can guarantee that they will try and make it happen. It's also been said that she would never cope with all the digging into her past, all the scrutiny, and there is quite an intensive vetting process that all the potential candidates will have to go through in a presidential election. Even just saying this, it doesn't sound as if, I never thought there would come the day when I would be talking about an article suggesting that Meghan would actually become president. So it's more about why they're pushing this, not the fact that we know she won't be president. It's why is this being pushed? Is she herself behind this? But with other people speaking out and trying to promote her, like Joe Biden's sister, this is something more. Tom Bower says in his book that Meghan Markle came from nothing and trampled on others to get to the top, like a politician. And he says that her victims will tell all. Not everything he says in this book is true, though. Some things can be disproved. One of them being the fact that she did not graduate from Northwestern University. As you know, most of you, I'm not into body shaming, and I rarely mention their physical appearance. But with the latest pictures of Harry, it's absolutely terrible that he thinks that a photo like this is okay, whether he wants to be known as a prince or not. He's in the public eye, and he does like his prince title. He's made that obvious, but this photo is not doing him any favours, and I think that as a royal should cover up a bit more. I know William was spotted in Speedos some time back, but at least he looked good in them. But I still think they would do better to cover up more, just because they are royals and people want to see them looking royal. And now the thing that has disappointed me so much, and that is that Prince William and Catherine now want to be known by their first names, not titles. How disappointing, because it's obviously Harry and Meghan that have done this. I don't know of anyone that resented referring to them by their titles. It's Harry and Meghan that have stolen any magic of the monarchy that there was. And somehow the Windsors have been convinced that they have got to lose the traditions and the titles, whereas their tour, I believe, was a success. I thought they looked amazing, and they are a modern version of the monarchy. But it's like we're being prepared for something. What a shame. And they're also saying that Prince Charles taking over the throne should be a cause for serious alarm for Harry and Meghan. Why would that be? Because he's not done anything so far. So more papers are talking about heightened security for Prince Harry and Meghan, and yet they also talk about this steel ring of protection around the Queen. So who needs protecting from whom? Harry and Meghan need protecting from the UK public, and the Queen needs protecting from them. And look at this photo of Prince William with an elderly man in Glasgow, Scotland. I don't think we'd ever see a photo of someone looking that emotional with Harry or Meghan. So who's going to modernise the royals? Because we had it being said that Catherine and William are, and now the Mirror is saying that Meghan and Harry could return to the UK to help modernise the royals. What is this? A battle of who's going to modernise the royals? As if they need modernising? They either need to stay as they are and keep the titles and keep on with the tradition, or they need to not exist at all. Modernising doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know how you would modernise them. You can whittle them down so that there's only a few of them. I think that's a good idea. Just the immediate family, whoever's going to be left after all this, and keeping them all on and just modernising where they don't have titles doesn't make any sense. People won't like it. The UK probably won't like it. And there's an old article that's resurfaced again, allegedly showing Prince Charles kissing a young guy. And it's a bit of a rag-mag, but it's interesting how it's resurfaced again. Timing seems interesting right now, right before he could be taking over from the Queen. Well, he is taking over from her right now. And now Meghan will approach Apple and Amazon to find a new backer for her cartoon series Pearl. This was axed by Netflix due to all their cutbacks, but she's not giving up on it. She's going to try Apple and Amazon. Really has to try so hard to get anything to work. And people are questioning why she's still bothering after her book, The Bench, nosedived and just became a laughingstock. All these companies and not one success. And yet William and Catherine, they've just got to speak, or Catherine's just got to play a few notes on the piano. They could just do a quick Zoom call and talk about something to do with mental health, and everybody wants to hear it. No bribery needed, no contracts or multi-million pound contracts needed. So this ring of steel is to stop the Netflix team from getting too close. Why not just ban them? I saw Harry's acting debut and I cringed. I don't know why he's doing this. He was born a prince and yet he wants to be anything but. He tried being a clown and that didn't work. He tried being the guy next door in many ways and that didn't work. He tried playing the guitar. Wasn't he going to learn the guitar? And whatever happened to that? He also was going to sing, and then I think others told him that he couldn't. Who's going to tell him that he can't act? So if Meghan gave Harry his acting lessons, I don't think it paid off. So is Meghan going to take Joe Biden's sister's advice and run for president? I wonder if Hunter Biden would back that up as well. I mean, I think the tide is turning on those two. I think that the public have got so fed up with it, force-fed them day in, day out. And I don't know anyone that wants to read about them or hear about them or who actually supports them. I don't know anyone who feels sorry for them. And I think that the tide is turning and that people are less interested in the monarchy, but seem to be more interested in William and Catherine and what they're doing. Again, I would be sad if they lost the titles. I don't know why. I just think maybe it's a childhood thing. I used to see pictures of the Queen and it was always the fairy tale thing, but reality is very, very different, as most of us know. And I think even if they don't have their titles, I think William and Catherine could be really good leaders in some way of something. What do you think? Let me have your thoughts and I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe, ding my bell for more alerts for more videos, like if you liked it and share. Bye.